There is a brutal truth that people rarely mention about women who are considered extremely beautiful. The more attention a woman receives for her looks throughout her life, the more fragile her sense of identity can sometimes become. This isn't because she lacks strength, it's because her mind has been shaped by a very different environment. When a woman grows up constantly receiving attention, admiration, and validation, her nervous system gradually adapts to that experience. Attention no longer feels rare or meaningful, it simply becomes her normal reality. From an early age, others often treat her differently. People may be quicker to forgive her mistakes, more willing to help her, and more tolerant of behaviors they might not accept from someone else. Over time, this teaches her brain an important lesson: her worth comes from being desired. Her value becomes tied less to her inner character and more to how people respond to her outward appearance. Psychologists often refer to this as an externally driven identity. Her sense of self becomes connected to approval, attention, and the feeling of being chosen by others. Attention can act almost like a drug. Every time someone shows interest or admiration, the brain releases dopamine, the chemical responsible for reinforcing rewarding experiences. Dopamine strengthens patterns that the brain interprets as important. Eventually, this constant stimulation becomes the brain's expected baseline. When the level of attention decreases, and inevitably it does, the nervous system may interpret that change as a form of loss. As a result, emotional instability can sometimes appear. Small shifts in behavior may be overanalyzed, insecurity may surface unexpectedly, and validation may be sought more often. This is not necessarily weakness, it's a result of a mind conditioned to depend on external feedback for a sense of security. Modern social media has amplified this effect dramatically. Now validation is immediate, continuous, and seemingly endless. A single photo can attract approval from hundreds of people within minutes. The brain adapts to that intense level of stimulation, making ordinary, real-world attention feel comparatively dull. Healthy, stable relationships can even feel underwhelming by comparison, not because something is wrong with them, but because the nervous system has become accustomed to an exaggerated level of stimulation. Many men make a terrible mistake here. They think that physical beauty is a sign of emotional strength or stability. In reality, attractiveness reflects genetics, not psychological resilience or inner security. Some of the most attractive individuals can also be among the most emotionally weak if their identity was built mainly on other people's reactions rather than on internal foundations. Reactions from others are temporary. The true measure of a person is who they are without constant validation, who they remain when no one is watching and when no one is actively choosing them. That version of a person is the one that endures over time, not the one sustained by attention. Understanding this can change how you see people. You begin to look past appearances and stop confusing beauty with strength. Instead of making choices based purely on attraction, you start paying attention to emotional stability. Physical attraction is rooted in biology, but long-term compatibility is psychological. The man who understands this stops chasing intensity and begins recognizing what is real and sustainable.